I'm going to start this video off with Wonder Hussy, her latest video. Now, I've only watched about 2 minutes of it on my phone. I'm going to download it here in a little bit and then watch it on my big screen TV. But anyway, well, she's in Chicago. She finished her Route 66 tour, and she had announced she had got her phone back. Now, she was down in Australia, was it about a year or something like that ago? They had confiscated her phone. She got too close to one of these NSA listing posts or something close to that. Now, the government comes out and claims that they don't listen to you. If you remember Snowden, when Snowden got in trouble when he come out and he kind of give the methods for the listening. Now, before Snowden went public, it's been about 10, 12 years ago. It was kind of a lot of people were kind of speculating on how this worked, but nobody really knew for sure. And Snowden came out and kind of posted the method that they were using to, if you really follow what Snowden said. But anyway, so Wonder Hussy got too close to one of these NSA listening posts and they confiscated her phone. So if anybody believes that the government isn't watching you, you got a rude awakening coming to you. Anyway, I'll watch that video and I'll probably comment on Wonder Hussy's video after I watch it. Another one is for Victoria Rose. Again, I've only watched about 2 minutes of her latest video on my phone. She's leaving her state of Pennsylvania. She's going to take a tour across the country. She's saying about wanting to pick up the different cultures. That's one thing. If you're an American like me and live here, you already know this. But if you're looking at America from the outside, if you've never really been here, I may have a viewer or two from other parts of the world that just watch my videos. Hey, appreciate you watching me. But let me just let you know that America, we're a nation of 330 million people. We're not just one big monoculture. We're a bunch of there's people that have come here from all parts of the world, that have made their home here. I was born in Phoenix. I've lived here all my life. Here in the Southwest, we've got the big Hispanic culture, along with different cultures, and we pretty much all get along and stuff. But there's differences in the different cultures. Just kind of they're it's kind of hard to explain sometimes, but that's known as a melting pot, where we all kind of mesh together, calling us South Americans. But there's Native Americans, there's Hispanic Americans, there's people like me that I'm not a one particular nationality. I'm a bunch of different nationalities, so I really can't claim title to any one particular. I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but we're a nation of a bunch of different cultures, but we make it work. We all pretty much get along. Let me try to. I'm going to tell some stories from the National Enquirer. These stuff I read out of the National Enquirer back in the 1970s. Now I'm going to get that in a different video. Though I must have another video just for those because they're really super interesting stories. But I'll save those for another video. Let me get to the hoarder lady. Now I like to watch a lot of Urbex videos. Urbex is for urban exploration. There's a lot of it in English. There's a lot of it in other languages. I've seen some in Spanish, and I've seen a lot of it in German. Now there's one was in Germany somewhere. This guy, I don't remember the name of his YouTube channel. It's one of the ones that I watch and I follow. But anyway, it was one of about 3 or 4 in German that I follow. Anyway, with this house was a hoarder lady. Hoarder is somebody that collects a lot of stuff and can't get rid of it. That's what a hoarder is. This lady had a bunch of dog cages. Of course, she died in the house. I guess she just got old and died, or maybe she had a medical problem. Anyway, she had died in the house. This guy was coming in German that she had, and there's been some of these places is actually it's just creepy now. If you're a kiddo or if you're an adult and you're offended by this, they do something else for the next 20 seconds or so. But there's been 2 or 3 of these that there's been like a body stain on the floor, a body stain on the mattress or something. I think this particular place had something like that. But anyway, this guy was commenting on that, and this video wasn't an overnighter, but he was commenting. He said he was going to come back and do an overnighter. So I commented in English on one of these videos. Hey, maybe you'll bump into the ghost of this. What was it? A hoarder Frau, ein Hund. Is the word for it? Well, Hund is hound and dog in German, and I can't remember the word for hoarder. But anyway, was that in the title? And I actually had to look it up because I didn't know it. It was in the title. Looked it up and found out that it was a hoarder lady. Anyway, I'd commented, maybe you bump into a ghost. To me, bumping into a ghost would be, like I said, I've said it a few times. Initially, it would be a little bit upsetting, a little bit shocking, but I'd get over it real quick because I'd be super curious to want to find out, question the ghost on who they were, a little bit about them, when they're born, when they died, circumstances like that. But anyway, after I'd posted this, it was a guy. I didn't see any more videos on his house, so I'm thinking this individual probably just didn't want to meet up with the ghost of this hoarder lady. This anyway, that's the last thing I'm going to cover here. Now I've made a couple of these where if you're coming to Arizona from a much colder climate, if you're going to come in the summertime, be prepared for our heat. It can get to 110 degrees here real easy. Today it didn't get quite that hot. Or if you're from Europe, maybe 45, 50 degrees Celsius. So you want to be prepared for our heat. People have come here from colder climates and have not medical emergencies, but just not be quite prepared for our heat. And like I said, it does get hot here, but it's known for that. This part of Arizona state is short for arid zone. And we live up to it as a state. We live up to the heat. And if you come here, if you got to travel around, if you got to rent a car, carry lots of water. Carry lots of water with you. Go to the stores and get your 44-ounce thirst busters and keep drinking them. Stay hydrated. I said, but if you come in the heat, just know that it gets hot here. Let's see. I think I covered everything here. I'm going to save those two nice Inquirer stories for another video because those are cool stories. I don't know if they're true or not. All I know is that they're cool stories. Okay. Let's stay interesting. Let's stay spooky. Y vaya con Dios. Ciao. Bye for now.